Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 67 of What If Tsunade Was Naruto's Mother. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out What If Naruto Took His Training Seriously that I posted on this channel and enjoy. And over on Anime King 2, I posted a new episode of What If Naruto Rebuild the Uzumaki clan, so go ahead and enjoy that. And I also post a new episode of What If Naruto Was Taken by Orochimaru, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy as well guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both channels, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join Anime King and Anime King 2 and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And without further ado, let's get straight into this new episode.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their
So, the last part we left off, Naruto finds the hideout of the Akatsuki with the help of Karin. As Karin told him there's a chakra supplier around here, as she pointed Naruto the direction of the tree. As Naruto told her to hide, as he then created a wood clone, created a wood golem, as it smashed through the building. As Naruto went over and cut through the tree, as he found Nagato, as he easily captured Nagato with his woodbine. As Naruto didn't have anything to say to him, as Naruto decapitated him with one slice. As Konan rushed out of the building after it was pummeled, as she had burst into paper, Zetsu sink into the ground, and the masked man disappeared in a swirling vortex. Konan then saw Nagato's body as she went into a fury of rage as she attacked Naruto in blind rage. But Naruto proved himself more powerful as he killed her. Naruto then looked around for the masked man. As he couldn't find him, he was nowhere to be seen. As Naruto decided that he will head back to Konoha for now. As the masked man then reappeared with a swirling vortex, as Zetsu was watching everything, but Zetsu didn't see Itachi, who took Nagato's head, as Zetsu had went underground after the golem smashed the building. Itachi then went and got the eyes implanted, as he removed his Mangeto Sharingan, as he had those kept in a safe jar for Sasuke when he revived him, so Sasuke could get the eternal Mangeto Sharingan. As Itachi, after 2 days, was fully operational, it seems like the Rinnegan has stick with him. It bonded with Itachi on a different level, as it seemed to fit perfectly with him. Itachi then found the masked man, as he asked him why did he take the eyes, as Itachi turned around shocking him, as both of Itachi's eyes had the Rinnegan, and he was no match for Itachi. These eyes has bonded with Itachi on a different level. Itachi was able to cancel out any other Sharingan user, as the masked man couldn't let things fade through him anymore, as Itachi killed him by setting him ablaze at Amaterasu. Itachi sensed Zetsu as he grabbed him with Susanoo, as he squished him, killing Zetsu, as Itachi then did the Rainy Rebirth as he brought Sasuke out of the King of Hell's mouth, as he brought him back to life, as he explained everything to Sasuke, his new plans. 3 days later, Naruto went back to Konoha. As he finally arrived, he had to transform in a transformation jutsu so no one would notice him. He had to explain everything to his mother first before talking to anyone else. As he went up to the office, as he sensed a small chakra signature along with Mai and his mother, knowing that Mai already gave birth, as he was happy to see his kid. So yeah guys, that was basically the last where we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. Naruto stepped foot in the office as Shizune was behind him crying, as Karin was just standing there. As Tsunade looked at Naruto as she had baby Mito in her arms. As Mai rubbed her eyes as she couldn't believe this was real, as tears started to leak out instantly. As Tsunade was shaking, as the baby was just looking back and front, not knowing what is going on. As Tsunade's lips were quivering as she looked at her son. As Mai then break the silence as she ran forward, she quickly wrapped her arms around Naruto as she delivered a gentle kiss to his lips, as her heart felt like it just fluttered 100 times over and over to see him again in front of her. She had feared the worst for the times that he was missing, but now he was back home. He was with her. He was here. As she hugged him. "I'm happy to see you too," said Naruto. As Mai then backed away, she walked over to Tsunade and took baby Mito. As Naruto walked up to Tsunade, as Tsunade walked around the decks, as tears were streaming down her face, as she then grabbed her son and squeezed him in a bone-crushing hug. "Mom, I can't breathe," said Naruto. "Oh, my baby boy Naruto, I miss you so much," she said as she was squeezing him and hugging him tight. "Mom, can't breathe," he said as she was still holding on to him so tight. As Naruto turned blue, as she then released him, as he took a deep breath in, as he then hugged back his mother. "I miss you too, Mom," he said, tears streaming down his face, as Shizune rushed forward as she then embraced the two of them as they all hugged each other. As Naruto heard the baby just made a giggling sound, as he then turned. "Is this?" "Yes, this is your daughter, Naruto." "Senju Mito," said Mai, as Naruto took the baby in his arms, as he tickled her nose, as she giggled, as Naruto felt his heart grew 3 sizes, as this baby now meant everything to him, as he saw everything, his future, his past, everything in this baby, as this was his first kid, and she was so precious. As Naruto was crying, as he held her close, seeing Naruto crying and everyone else had tears, the baby then started to cry. "No, don't cry, little Mito," said Naruto as he hushed her, as he tickled her nose as she stopped crying and giggled. "That's my girl," he said, as he sat down in the couch. As Tsunade then looked at Naruto. "Naruto, where have you been?" she said to him. "I want to know everything." "Alright," Naruto said. "Everyone, can you have a seat? Because this is going to be a long story." Half an hour later, Naruto finished explaining everything to everyone. Tsunade was pissed off to hear that Yujito know that Naruto was okay and out there searching for the Akatsuki, but Naruto told her not to blame Yujiro. He wanted to do this. He wanted to end the threat of the Akatsuki before coming back, as he told Tsunade that the only member is left is that masked guy. And since he cannot find him, he decided to came back to the village, as Tsunade was relieved that he came back in the first place. She didn't care about anything else. She was just glad her baby boy was back, and she didn't matter which other Akatsuki threat is out there, they will all face it together. As Naruto told her that he sent a clone to the Cloud Village a while back, telling Yujito that he decided to came back to Konoha. That was 3 days ago. "Oh, that explains a lot," said Tsunade. "What do you mean?" said Naruto. "Well, I got a note about 2 days ago from the Cloud saying that Yujito wanted to visit back Konoha. I don't really know why, but just because you were lost, I wasn't really paying attention. So I guess she should be coming here today," said Tsunade. "And you," said Tsunade as she walked up to Karin, as Karin gulped. "Thank you for helping my baby boy. Without your ability with him out there, he would have probably had a hard time facing off against the Akatsuki, so thank you." "It was no problem," said Karin. "Oh yeah, Mom, she has a special sensory type ability, and she also had a super healing factor, and she's also a Uzumaki. I wonder if you can let her stay at the village. She and Kushina Sensei can talk about a lot about their clan," said Naruto. "Well, we will get that all sorted out, but for now, I'm just happy you're here," said Naruto. As they then heard a knock at the door. "Come on in," said Tsunade, as Samui, Karu, and Amoy entered, as Yujito was behind them, as Killer Bee was there as well. As Naruto got up, as the baby was crawling on the couch, as he turned and looked at all of them. As Samui walked up to Naruto as she grabbed him and gave him a hug. As she never showed real emotion before, so this was surprising. "I'm glad you're back," she said as she patted him on the back. As Karu then walked up to Naruto as she punched him in the arm. "You're lucky," she said. "What was that for?" said Naruto. "You're lucky you're not dead, because if you had died, I would have brought you back with some sort of jutsu and kill you myself for dying on my watch. Remember, you still owe me a rematch." "Oh, because the last time I beat you?" said Naruto as she growled at him. "I'm just kidding." As Amoy then hugged Naruto. "I'm so happy you're back, man," he said as he was crying a bit. "It's okay, Amoy," Naruto said as he patted Amoy on the shoulder. As Amoy then whispered something in his ear. "You messed up. Big time." As he then backed away from Naruto. As Naruto looked at Yujito. As she was just standing there all quiet. As Karen looked at her. As Karen's eyes went wide, seeing that Naruto told Karen about Yujito, and he let it slip that at the last day they kind of hooked up and she went back to her village. As Karen noticed something. As Naruto saw, Karen's eyes went wide. As Killer Bee then went up to Naruto. As he stretched out his hand. "Give me a fist bump," he said. As Naruto boomed his fist. "I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad the Akatsuki scum don't have you," he said. "Me too," said Naruto. He then looked at Yujito. "Yujito, what's wrong?" he said, as Yujito looked down. As Naruto wondered what the hell is going on. As she then walked up to him, as she whispered something in his ear. As Naruto then stepped back, as he was starting to sweat. "Really?" he said. "What's going on?" asked Tsunade. "Yeah, what's going on?" asked Mai, as Shizune was also curious. As Naruto then started to back away, as he went towards the window, as he slowly slid the window open, as he then jumped out and started to run. "Naruto!" Tsunade screamed out. As they all turned back to Yujito. "What did you say to him?" As Yujito was stuttering. "Oh, let me explain," said Karen. "I sense another chakra signature in her. She's pregnant." As Tsunade's eyes went wide, as she remembered what Naruto said. Him and Yujito spent that night together, and then he brought her back to the village. As Tsunade jumped through the window as she chased after Naruto, as she screamed out his name in the village. As everyone's eyes went wide, Senju Naruto was back, as they saw a furious Tsunade hunting him down, as all of them moved out of the way. About an hour later, Naruto was back in the office. "How did this happen?" he said, as everyone growled at him. As he then walked over to Yujito, as Tsunade was still glaring at Naruto. "He has come back today, and now he has brought her this again?" It was the same with Mai, and now this, as she couldn't be too angry, seeing that he was missing for so long and she wanted to see him. And now he's back and she's so angry. "Mom, I already explained to you. You gotta calm down," said Naruto. "Don't tell me to be calm," she growled at him, as Naruto gulped as he stepped back, as he saw how nervous Yujito was and uncomfortable. As he held on to her hands as she looked up at him. "Don't worry," he said to her. "It doesn't matter what happened. I will always be at your side." "Really?" she said. "Yeah, and that's a promise," he said to her, giving her a big smile. As she hugged him. "Thank you," she said. As Kakashi, Yamato, and Kushina came to the office along with Ino, as the news has spread around Konoha that Senju Naruto was back, as a group was gathering at the Hokage's tower. As Kushina quickly ran over to Naruto as she hugged him, happy that he was okay, as Kakashi simply gave him an eye smile, while Yamato just gave him a smile as well, as he told Naruto he was glad that he was back. But Ino didn't play it off easy, as she jumped on Naruto as she curled up in his arms, as Naruto held her tight, as she was crying, as she was happy that he was finally back, as she stood there for a good 10 minutes just crying in his arms. As Naruto sat down on the couch, as he told them all what happened, and he also told them about the recent news that they got, as Ino was then pissed off at him, but a thought then came to her mind. She wanted to have a baby with Naruto as well, but how will she break the news? As Kakashi couldn't believe it. Naruto was so young, and he already had a kid and another on the way. I guess I should start changing up my life as well, Kakashi thought, as Kushina couldn't believe it. As she then looked over at the young Uzumaki. Karen, was it? Said Kushina. Yeah, I'm Karen Uzumaki. And you're the famous Kushina Uzumaki, aka Red Death. That nickname, huh? It's nice to meet you, fellow Uzumaki. Time skip, 1 month later. The news quickly spreaded that Naruto was back in Konoha. The Raikage came to the village, as Gaara as well visit. As Temari quickly came to the village the moment she heard about the news, as Naruto had to tell her that Yujito was pregnant. As she was a bit angry at first, but she was happy that Naruto was back, as she also had the same idea as Ino. She wanted to have a kid with Naruto, but how would she break the news? As this made the alliance between Kumo and Konoha even stronger, now that Naruto and Yujito are going to have a kid. As Haku has been asking the Mizukage if she can visit Naruto, and they will give them some time off next week. So next week, Haku and her team along with Zabuza is coming to Konoha. But today, disaster is going to hit. As we currently have Itachi Uchiha standing on top of a mountain, looking down at Konoha with his Rene Sharingan in his eyes, and Sasuke Uchiha beside him with his eternal Mangita Sharingan as Itachi has given him his eyes. As the both of them made their way down towards the village. As they arrived near the gate, remember the plan, Sasuke, said Itachi, as Sasuke nodded as Sasuke went off. As Itachi then looked beside him, as a vortex opened up, as he walked inside. In Tsunade's office, Tsunade's mood has been changed ever since Naruto was back, even though she was a bit angry that Naruto has another kid on the way and for his age, but she was happy that the Senju clan is growing larger and larger. A swirling vortex entered the office, as she quickly got on alert. The 3 envoys that were in the room quickly dashed in front of her, as Tsunade stood there. As Itachi Uchiha walked out of the vortex. Itachi? Itachi Uchiha, said Tsunade. Back with Naruto. Naruto was walking around the village with young Mito in his arms, as Mai and Yujito were back home, as Mai had explained everything to Yujito and told her that childbirth wasn't so bad. Well, it was painful, but the afterward, to see a beautiful baby, that was the greatest part. As Yujito is going to be staying in the village for now, as the Raikage gave her his full permission to do that. And seeing that Yujito and the Nebe are friends, the Nebe won't try to break out of the seal when he get weakened at childbirth, so everything was perfectly fine. As Naruto was holding his baby in his arms when he was walking through the village, he then sensed something, as his eyes went wide. Good to see you again, dope. As Naruto immediately froze, as he turned around to see Sasuke, as he rubbed his eyes. No, this can't be. I killed you, said Naruto. Well, that's misleading, said Sasuke as he stepped forward. As Sasuke looked at the baby in his arms. So dope, whose kid is that? He asked. As Naruto gulped as he stepped back. Wait, is that your kid? He said, as he was talking in such a calm tone. Naruto focused his chakra as a wood clone came from the ground as it grew to full size, as Naruto handed the baby over to the wood clone, as the wood clone quickly rushed back. Good option, said Sasuke, as Naruto watched as a purple energy swore around Sasuke. What the hell are you doing? Said Naruto. Revenge, Sasuke said. Before Naruto could do anything, a giant fist of the Susanoo slammed right into him, as the fist was large as him, as it sent him flying. As Naruto crashed into a wall, as he immediately activated his 100 healing jutsu, as the lines spread around his body, as he picked himself out of the wall. I cannot fight here. We would end up destroying the village, he said, as he then had to move as an arrow shot into the wall where he just was, as he then quickly jumped up into the air, as Sasuke fired 3 more arrows at him as he flipped over. as he used wood tentacles to push himself out of the way, as he still couldn't understand how is Sasuke alive, as he then looked over towards the Hokage's tower, as he felt the ominous chakra coming from there. As Naruto dashed forward, "Mom," he said, as he speed towards the Hokage tower with incredible speed, thinking that it's the masked man. As Sasuke deactivated Susanoo, as he chased behind Naruto, hopping from rooftop to rooftops, as the ninjas of Konoha quickly got alert, as all of them surrounded Sasuke, as they couldn't believe it, the Uchiha was supposed to be dead. But before they could do anything, Sasuke was sucked away in a vortex, as Sasuke was brought towards the Hokage's tower, as he landed in the office. "What? Why did you bring me here?" he said. "Calm down, Sasuke. It's time to talk," he said. As he said that, Naruto jumped through the window as he landed in the office as well. As Naruto's eyes went wide, he saw 3 dead Anvus on the ground, and his mother, she was recently smashed into the wall as she was just picking up herself. "Itachi?" Naruto said. "Oh, Senju Naruto. I see you're here. It seems like my brother is pushing things too quick. You already activate that healing jutsu." As Naruto looked at Itachi's eyes, as it then clicked to him. "So you were the one. You were the one who took those eyes." "Yes, indeed, I did. Thank you for killing him off, so I wouldn't have to fight him myself. Because if I didn't went for Nagato, it would be a hard battle to take on the 6th path of pains. So you have my gratitude, Senju Naruto," he said. As Naruto growled, "What the hell do you want?" he asked, "and how is he alive?" "These eyes are eyes made from the gods. I can do practically anything in this world, even revive the dead." "Really?" Naruto said. "You can revive the dead?" "Itachi, you were once a member of Konoha. I know that I killed Sasuke and you probably hate me for that. But if you can, please revive Jiraiya and Sakura." As Itachi chuckled, "What's so funny?" Naruto asked. "You really think I would do anything for you? With these eyes, I have seen through the world, all of the corruption and the chaos, and I'm here to talk to your mother about stepping down." "Stepping down?" said Tsunade as she glared at Itachi. "Yes, or else you will be killed." As she clenched her fists, I'm going to speak to all of the Kages. It's either you guys step down and be normal civilians, but you will have to leave your nation. I don't want to see you anywhere in the elemental nation. You can go and live in a remote village somewhere else, or I will kill all 5 of you. With you out of the picture, the nations will be combined by me, and me and Sasuke will rule over all. The Uchihas will be on top," said Itachi. "What happened to you?" said Naruto. "Those power, those eyes, they have changed you. You are no longer the Itachi that I once fought." "Yes, you're right. Now, I am much stronger," he said as he pointed his hand at Naruto. As Naruto was pulled over to him as he grabbed Naruto by the throat, as he then forced Naruto down into the ground, as Naruto felt like a heavy boulder was on top of him. As he was being forced down, Tsunade tried to intervene as Itachi said, "Almighty push," as the left side of the tower was destroyed, as all the Konoha ninjas thrust forward as Kakashi caught Tsunade before she landed hard on the ground, as Kushina and Yamato jumped inside of the office, as they glared at Itachi. "So you're the one who is responsible for this," as Naruto was still on the ground. Kushina thrust forward their sword as Itachi did it again, almighty push, as all of the Konoha ninjas were sent flying back with great force. As Naruto was trying to pick up himself, but Itachi placed more pressure on Naruto as his face slammed into the ground hard. "You bastard," Naruto said, as Itachi then walked forward as he flew, as he then slowly descended down to the ground where Tsunade and the others were. "I will be back in 1 week for your answer. I will go around and talk to all the other Kages. Prepare yourself. You can even have a Kage meeting But when I return and you don't have an answer for me, all of you will be killed. He then flew back up to the office. As he then looked at Sasuke, go on Sasuke, you can have your fun now, but not here. I don't want you to destroy the place we're going to rule, he said. As he opened a vortex as Naruto and Sasuke were sucked into it, as Itachi also went away in a swirling vortex. As Naruto and Sasuke were brought out to an empty, waste field where they could fight their hearts out. As Naruto picked himself off the ground, as he turned and looked at Sasuke, as he did, a feet was planted in his face, as he was sent flying back, as he hit on the ground and rolled. As Naruto quickly jumped back as he picked up himself, Sasuke thrust towards him without any talking or anything like that. Naruto ran through hand sign as he slammed his hand on the ground. Earth style, mud wall, he said, as a wall broke from the ground blocking Sasuke's path. Naruto then heard the cackling of birds as Sasuke shoved Ishidori, breaking through the mud wall, as he tear right through it. As he came and tried to pierce Naruto in the heart, Naruto quickly jumped back as he ran through hand sign, wood style, woodbine, as he created woodbine from the ground. Sasuke said Shidori stream as he blasted away all the woodbine. With these eyes, I have gotten stronger. Don't think that it's going to be like the last time. I don't think so, but I won't lose to you, and I won't allow your brother to do whatever he wants. As the both of them thrust forward and enter a taijutsu battle. Even though Sasuke was stronger, he could never beat Naruto in taijutsu with Naruto's monstrous strength, his reflex and his skills. As Sasuke tried to punch Naruto, Naruto grabbed his wrist as Naruto flipped him over, as Naruto delivered a devastating kick to his side, as he wheezed out in pain, as Naruto tried to stomp right in his face, but he rolled on the ground as he flipped over. Shidori stream, he said, as he released a stream of Shidori towards Naruto, as Naruto flipped back, as he speed through hand sign in mid-air, wind style, wind gust, as he released a terrible wind gust towards Sasuke, as he was blowing with devastating wind to blow away even giant boulders, as Sasuke was sent soaring through the air, as Naruto speed through hand sign, wood style, wood spikes, as he slammed his hand on the ground. Where Sasuke was about to land, the earth cracked open as wood spikes emerged. As Sasuke looked over, he activated Susanoo, as the wood spikes were destroyed, as the Susanoo crushed the wood spikes. As Naruto then slammed his hand together, as he activated Sage Art along with his 100 healings, as Naruto created a giant wood golem with a serpent around it, as Sasuke then created his perfect Susanoo, as the both of them stood tall, as Sasuke charged forward and Naruto did the same, as the both of them collided, as Sasuke brought down Susanoo's sword, as Naruto brought up the wood golem's hand, as it blocked the sword. The serpent then tried to wrap around the Susanoo. The Susanoo quickly brought down the sword as it cut through the serpent, as the wood serpent then regrew, as it tried to strike the Susanoo in the face, but Sasuke clashed back the attack with its katana of the Susanoo. As Sasuke then jumped back, as a bow materialized in his hand in the Susanoo, as he fired 3 arrows. The wood golem brought up his hand as he blocked the attack. As Naruto then went through hand sign, wood style, deep forest emergence, he said, as he slammed his hand on top of the wood golem's head, as the entire ground started to break apart, as large tree vines and everything started to break open. Before Sasuke knew it, he was surrounded in a large forest. As Sasuke felt something strange, his chakra was being sucked out. It seemed like these trees were sucking out his chakra, as Naruto was walking calmly over to him. As Sasuke then allowed the Susanoo to gain wings as it took to the skies, as the trees then spiked out and tried to grab him as Sasuke cut them down one by one. But a large portion of them wrapped around the Susanoo legs as it brought Sasuke crashing down hard. As the vines wrapped around the entire body of the Susanoo, as Naruto jumped up with the golem came down as he slammed his fist into the back of the Susanoo, breaking through it. As the golem then grabbed Sasuke as it raised it up to his face, as Naruto was on top of the head. "You still can't beat me," Naruto said. As Naruto then launched forward as he charged an enhanced fist. But before he could hit Sasuke, a vortex opened up right in front of Sasuke as Itachi emerged. Almighty push, he said, as he blew Naruto and the wood golem away as he caught his brother, as he gently landed right on top of one of the vines. Brother, they will suck your chakra, said Sasuke, as Itachi just held on to Sasuke. Stay close, brother, he said, as he focused a lot of his chakra. Almighty push, he said, as the ground beneath him where him and Sasuke were standing started to tear up as everything was blown away, as Naruto was sent flying, as his wood golem was sent soaring away, as all of the trees of forest that Naruto created was destroyed right there, as Sasuke then stood tall, seeing the amount of destruction that his brother did, as Naruto was now huffing, as he couldn't believe Itachi did this in one attack. Hey kid, said Kurama. Oh, hey Kurama, said Naruto. I guess we're in a really bad situation. To think, we thought the whole Akatsuki was a threat, but we never thought that Itachi would be the endgame. Hey, come here. I need to talk to you about something. Enter the mindscape, said Kurama. But guys, I'm the end of this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And thank you for all of your help and your support today, guys. And go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Naruto Took His Training Seriously that I posted on this channel. And over on Anime King 2, I post a new episode of What If Naruto was taken by Orochimaru. And I also post a new episode of What If Naruto rebuilt the Uzumaki clan. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy, guys. And thank you for all the help and your support. See you tomorrow. Peace.